This is Duck Show Studios, and I'm here to review Season 23, Episodes 6 through 10. Now, I know that the specials, or episodes, are counted as episodes. But, however, I'll review Steam Team to the Rescue separately after the DVD comes, of course, in the mail. Warning, this video contains my opinions. You have been warned. Warning, this video also contains spoilers. And, as usual, Canadian air date. Now, I might get a bit of a mix-up, and I know some of you might get a, you should have asked the wiki! That's where all the good information is! You are stupid! Well, the wiki didn't have the information. I checked to see if, because I wasn't sure if, Diesel Glows Away and Wishing You Were Here aired before or after Chucklesome Trucks and Heart of Gold. I mean, not Chucklesome Trucks, Frida Rhodes and Heart of Gold. But it was, I'm pretty sure it's Wishing You Were Here and Diesel Glows Away and then those. So I won't be reviewing the latter two episodes, which are Heart of Gold, Frida Rhodes, till next video. But I will be reviewing Diesel Glows Away and Wishing You Were Here. But first, Gordon Gets the Giggles. Let's get on with the review. Gordon Gets the Giggles. Finally, a Sodor episode. I remember watching these international episodes and hating Thomas Makes a Mistake and just watching the first four and then, because they are 2 episodes at a time here in Canada. So they are being Badukada, which I reviewed last video. Check it out if you want to. And Gordon Gets the Giggles. And I was like, finally, a Sodor episode. Because Sodor episodes, if you've seen my Season 22 reviews, are in general better than the international episodes. So here's Gordon. He says, ha 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 ha! And he's laughing. Gordon Gets the Giggles. Well, I think doing stuff like this sometimes is good. Like, trying something new with conceited characters like Gordon, James, or Henry. But if they keep doing this every single time, I could see that becoming a problem because these characters have always been portrayed as jerks. Well, Henry's arguably been portrayed as a worrier, as some put it, but still, they've usually been portrayed as, like, pompous, conceited. But I think giving them new types of stories is a good thing. But however, if that's the only thing they'll get is new types of stories, like James is afraid of crashing, Gordon gets the giggles, then maybe that would become a problem. But right now, let's just focus on the present. It's not a problem. It's great. He's getting a new type of story. Gordon Gets the Giggles. So, Gordon gets the giggles. He sees Rebecca, who had crashed into some honey and then some vegetables. And, finds it funny and laughs and doesn't like when people see him. And then, I find this very strange, and they use it in the advertising. He says, "Pull yourself together, Big G." When he laughs and he encounters Paxton, Rebecca, Thomas, as Loafer Machines, check out his channel, put it, Gordon addressed his own flaws. Like, he says, "Seeing Rebecca covered in vegetables wasn't even that funny." And then, he laughs and he can't stop. And he says, "It's my funnel! There's something wrong with it." And then he says, And then he goes to the steamworks and says, Victor, I have a very serious problem. I've got a serious case of the giggles. And the lightning made me laugh like crazy. And then Victor says, "Gordon, you don't have a problem." And then Sir Topman says, "Hello, Victor. Have you managed to fix Gordon's funnel and boiler and whistle?" And then Gordon's told it's okay to giggle. I think this episode is the best of the season until, keyword, best I've reviewed so far. Best I've reviewed before. So far, keyword, of season 23. Best I've reviewed so far of season 23. 7 out of 10. Laid back Shane. Here we have Shane and Thomas, and was called reverse. So this episode is basically a repeat of season 7's Gordon and Spencer, which on paper doesn't sound like a bad idea, because Gordon and Spencer is one of my favorite season 7 episodes. But this one isn't as good. So Shane doesn't want to take on Cole, and he's going with Thomas to the Red Center, and he still doesn't want to take on Cole. And Aubrey, Aiden, and Thomas remind him, and he still doesn't want to take on Cole. And then he runs out of coal, just how Spencer runs out of water. And then Thomas takes his passengers, and then comes back with coal. And there's this really funny scene where Shane goes, "I'm out of coal? Why didn't you guys say anything? We did at every single station." And then as well, they really want to shove animals in our faces a lot, because Shane says, "Here comes the Joey to drink at the Billabong. Out came the crook, come to drab him with glee. He sang at the Joey." Like, I honestly think railway engines wouldn't talk about animals that much, but just a minor nitpick. 7 out of 10. Now, here we go to a really good episode. Now, I did a bit of an oopsie in the drawing. I accidentally almost colored that black, and that was supposed to be red. But it's black. Here's Rebecca. Chuckle some trucks. This is a good episode. One of the best of Big World Big Adventures, one of the best of the season. So the plot is something that, in my series, I never really considered. Rebecca being good with the trucks. So there is an episode coming up where Rebecca pulls the trucks and she isn't like this with them. That's because I filmed that before this episode came out. And this episode, yes, will be canon in my series. Anyways, so Rebecca has to pull the trucks. And there are brilliant flashbacks to dirty objects. Percy takes the plunge, and Thomas in the trucks. Brilliantly rendered in CGI for the first time. Well, except for Thomas in the trucks. That was in The Adventure Begins. But anyways, brilliant flashbacks. So all the engines think that Rebecca will crash and have problems with the trucks. Thomas, Percy, James, Gordon, Nia, and Emily all think that. And it's great to see Sodor friends like Thomas, Gordon, James, Percy, Emily, Nia, Rebecca. It's great to see all those guys again. Even though they're just a steam team, it's still great. It's great. I would have liked to see Edward, Henry, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Toby, Oliver, Toad, Bulgy, Terrence, the narrow gauge engines, the small railway engines. I would like to see more of them. And not to mention, oh yeah, you know, but, yeah, I wish they were in this episode, but they're not. But anyways, even though it just focuses on the steam team, this episode is epic. So Rebecca pulls the trucks, and they say, "Becca's pulling us along, Becca's pulling us along. We'll give her a bump." And then she says, "I'm a pulling trucks along, I'm a pulling trucks along, I'm a pulling trucks along, they're lots of fun." And just joins in, and Thomas misses a signal and says, "I can't believe it, she's joining in." And Percy says, "The trucks are gonna push Rebecca off the line. Watch out, Rebecca." And then he crashes into water, just like when Percy takes the plunge. And James crashes into some tar wagons. Now, I wish Henry could have spoken. Even just, because Carrie Shelby's already in the episode as Gordon, so it wasn't... Because, come on, Henry's barely had any screen time this season. And last season, for that matter. Henry. I wish that they used Henry. Anyways, the only real problem with this episode is Henry's lack of anything to contribute. That's the only problem. Other than that, this episode is perfect. 10 out of 10. Wish you were here. Thomas is in China, and he misses Percy after hearing Hong Mei is pulling the mail. Now, I like, Thomas in this episode because he's missing Percy. Like, yeah, when you go around the world and leave all your friends behind, you're gonna miss your friends. But it's a good episode. But it's just good. So the dragon boat race is happening. Thomas is scared by them. He's, dragon! And then he even references Thomas, Percy, and the dragon, which was needed in another episode from last season. He references it and says, on Sodor, Percy thought dragons really existed, and then the new boat gets lost in a tunnel, and Thomas finds it and takes it back. Sends Percy a postcard. 7 out of 10. Now, Diesel goes away. And you may be like, what is up here with your drawing of Diesel? It looks so terrible. He only has 4 wheels. And what's this? Well, I'll explain. Because Diesel with the glow-in-the-dark paint reminds me of the Trackmaster 2 glowing Diesel, I drew the Trackmaster 2 glowing Diesel. Yep, only 4 wheels, just like the toy, and a little tiny wagon, just like the toy. So this is the Trackmaster 2 glowing Diesel. Yeah, it could have had a bit of stripes, but yeah, I think it's good. Anyways, Diesel goes away. This is one of the weaker episodes, along with, it's just good. It's a 7 out of 10. Diesel, wonders if wants everyone to look for him and miss him. Why? In Diesel's character, he's sort of out of character in this episode. Because why would he want engines to miss him? He's not really that type of character. And then he crashes into some glow-in-the-dark paint, and as Low for Machines puts it, is this when Diesel becomes a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? That would be strange if that happened, but I love the Turtles. It would be funny if, 80s Michelangelo came in with his original voice actor and goes, dude, that's the ooze! No, Diesel, don't go in that. You'll become a mutant, man. Yeah. Cowabunga! Anyways, Ninja Turtles aside, this episode is good. It's a good episode. He wants everyone, but here's the problem. He's like, oh, Nia, you must be missing me. And that's why I've been dreaming about me. He sounds like a ghost, and he looks like a ghost, but he doesn't say he's a ghost, so was Diesel faking his death? Well, obviously not, because he says, I'm hiding. But it's just so strange how he sounds like a ghost, he looks like a ghost, he acts like a ghost, but he isn't. Well, I don't want him dead. Clarify, I don't want Diesel dead, but what I mean is he sounds and acts like he's pretending to be a ghost, but he isn't. He does the same to Paxton. He's like, Paxton, I'm hiding. Come look for me. And then they discover, Paxton and Nia go, it's a mystery, and discover he was in glow-in-the-dark paint. And then Diesel goes into the narrow gauge tunnel at the Blue Mountain Quarry, where Luke hid, which is strange. He's not supposed to go in there. He's a standard gauge engine, and he goes on narrow gauge track. Yeah, that is just special. And then Nia and Paxton go in, but they're both in, facing forwards. So, but there's not 2 tracks going into the tunnel, so even if they were narrow gauge, how? Oh, let's leave it at that. How? How? Anyways. 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching.